back to our discussion, what can you say about that small issue about Iyala? Like this recess really is having a ripple effect even in the region's issues.
You know, again, listening to Christine, and when she said that Iyala is a parliament and they can legislate, and that we can pass their laws and implement it, then we don't even careless of what happens within the region. It's like we don't care about our country. You see, the reason why we said we need, why we said we need an East African community is for the prosperity of our nations. And we need to look at this matter with at long term. What will that take to our children and our future? You see, the reason why we are having this problem is because we are looking at the things we have at hand and we are not looking ahead, and we are not thinking about our future. We need to think about our future. We need to think about our nation. We need to think about our community, how we live there then. If we think about the election today and we say if we don't sort out this and we don't think about what will happen then I think we are not creating a future for our children, which we treasure so much. And that is the problem we are facing today. Today we are discussing Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Amolo Odinga instead of discussing our entire country. Today we are discussing Safaricom and we are discussing Bidco instead of discussing the economy of our country. And that is where we are missing the point. If we discuss the economy of our country and what it takes to build a nation, because it is our nation at the end of the day, you will never hear this kind of secession cause. Somebody will wake up because maybe he did not get what you wanted and say, I want to secede, I want to be the president of Mombasa, I want to be president of Kisumu, I want to be president of this. And they don't know what it takes to be, to secede. They don't know what comes along with that. If you ask them the long-term impact of that secession they are talking about, and I would want them to borrow a leaf from countries like South Sudan, who seceded from the larger Sudan, and they were not prepared. Yes, they may claim that we have minerals, we have oil under the ground, but today that country, up to today, they have not even stood on their feet. And when you ask somebody like Joe, when he says that you want to secede and they want to have a republic in Mombasa, and you ask him, how are you going to maintain or to manage this republic you are calling Islamic Republic in Mombasa? It depends, and I will tell you, almost 95% of people who are living in Mombasa, they depend from this other side of the country. And somebody wakes up and says, I want to receive. Why? Because it's just a rhetoric thing they're talking about that they're not thinking beyond that.
Is it political rhetoric?
Well, it's also economic. It's a vast of many things. For people to come up with secession, there's a reason. You don't just wake up one morning and come up with it. If you recall, Mombasa has always agitated for being included in the management of things and also in the development of this country. If you remember the slogan they came up with, Pwani Si Kenya. That was part of the problem, that they felt they were left out in the development of this country. They feel dominated. People actually ask for secession when they feel thoroughly dominated, when they're subjugated, when there's no freedom for them, when they don't see development coming on their side, then they want to break away. Southern Sudan broke away that way. That's why you have Southern Sudan and North. So it is allowed, it's also in the Constitution. So all that they need to do is to articulate it clearly and come up with it and put up a strategy. It is possible.
Okay.
When he talks about development,
people just feel. People, let me just conclude. People just feel that the political system is not right in Kenya. So many communities are complaining about being left out, not being included in the system.
All right, but yes. is it a matter of seceding because then everybody would want to do so, or is it empowering the county governments which are now charged with leadership in the county level?
I think let's wait and see what is coming, but it is telling a lot on the way we run this country.
All right.
It tells a lot on the leadership of this country, that it is not equal, that it is never fair, that resources are never dispersed fairly, that certain communities are still complaining, they do not see the meaning of independence.
All right.
It is still not yet uhuru for them.
We'll have to pose the conversation.
Yeah.
Jam, coming to you shortly, but